She chain on my saw till I Denji man? What's up guys, that guy with a pencil here. In fact, I do mean to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Here's one fun fact. Denji man. It's real. I mean like, I suppose Denji, but like, you know what I mean when I say Denji man, right? Like this is Chainsaw, well, I guess would it be Denji Man Black? Because, like, I guess funnily enough, when I did the poll 2 weeks ago for the last review, I was like, man, what do I call, like, all the 4 forms of Denji? Because technically we have just, like, human Denji, and then we have Chainsaw Man, but then we also have, like, Chainsaw Man Black, and then we have this new form, which everyone loves. Like, everyone loves it immediately, and I don't blame them. The design for it is probably going to be gas when it's fully colored in. And even still, it is a very nice design, but, like, I don't know, man. What do we just call him Denji Man? I thought, if anything, I thought the chapter title, chapter 223, would be titled like Denji or something like that, so we have like a name to call this form, but now it's just called the Ultimate Armor. So, I'm interested and intrigued. Obviously, with Yoru still being, you know, Yoru, and basically unstoppable, I am interested to see how Denji of all characters is going to handle that. It really depends if he has like the raw stats of Pochita, but now Denji's insanely cracked battle IQ, which I can't even say Pochita didn't have, but Pochita was like, I don't want to say Pochita was a stat merchant, though. And I do credit everyone for being like, wait a minute, that's man. Wait, your agenda, it's too much. And then y'all did correct me a lot from last week. There are many things y'all corrected me on, and I do appreciate that. Thank you for the corrections. But, in this case, I am sitting here generally wondering, like, is this going to be enough? Is this going to, how's this going to work? Though a lot of people, the main thing I do want to point out, that a lot of people point out, is the idea that Denji may have assumed this form, and even had Pochita all over Lil D, specifically to be able to, like, maybe eat Yoru, but not Asa, right? Because I guess that's the main issue. At this point, it isn't even, like, the Nostradamus prophecy, I suppose. It truly is Yoru. She's the main villain right now. And, well, I've seen people already clamoring for a part 3. I don't know, I'm feeling that may not be the case. I feel like we may be at the end here. Mainly because we've already met all the Ds, or, like, all the Horseman Ds. Like, who are we fighting next? Darkness? But, like, regardless, that could be the case, right? They remove Lil D so they could get rid of Yoru without actually getting rid of Asa, but I just have no idea how he's going to do that. So, overall, I'm excited. Let's not waste more time. Let's hop right into 223 of Chainsaw Man, which is known as Ultimate Armor. Alright. It's still interesting. This is a unique form. Like, did he intentionally trigger this? You would think the restarting of or like the tugging of his starter, right, would just put him back in black. But no. And apparently he's oh, so yeah, he's legit just his base chainsaw man. All right. He's red? The red one? Isn't my chainsaw man? You know what? I understand that. I understand. It's like, how do I put this? It's like when you're looking for a certain something, and they don't have that certain something, they have something that's similar. And you're like, I mean, I already came all the way here, so I'm gonna eat. But like, RNG, I came for this one specific thing, and you don't have it, I gotta use a substitute. I guess that's kind of how Yoru's feeling right now. Because I guess, well, she definitely, like, Yoru's relationship to Denji is still silly because of, like, the Asa relationship to Denji, but I do think, in a strange roundabout way, Yoru did definitely feel a certain type of way about Pochita in particular, right? Like, obviously, there's just the whole, oh, you defeated me, I am war itself, I will get my get back for the sake of me, and this, that, and the third, but, like, aside from that, it is just the case that, like, Yoru was, see, like, even attracted Chainsaw Man? So, her boy toy is now no longer her boy toy. It's like a knockoff version, or at least what she would view as a knockoff version, even though everyone loves this design. And I'm like, the more and more I look at the design, the more and more I appreciate it too, even with its, like, somewhat more broken down aspects in the arm and stuff like that. Like, it just looks cool. But that being the case, I can't even be mad at Yoru, because I've had moments like this too, where I'm like, I want one thing, this is not my thing! But let's see. Isn't my chainsaw man? I'm not interested in you, Denji! Turn back! See, there it is. Like, I mean, like, I know interested can be read as just, like, you know, she doesn't want to fight Denji. But also at the same time, it's like, interested as in, you don't got her hitting that doki doki, bro. Her heart's not pounding at the sight of you, dog. You got the wrong one. The wrong one. But at the same time, I do believe, at least in my heart of hearts, that Yoru definitely still does have feelings for like regular Denji, right? Like at least on some base level. She still took time to go out and like do prep time before, just appearing before Denji and Lil D and Fami and all that. Like she still took time. She didn't immediately just, weaponize him the second she had the chance. She spared him. And obviously she's done freaky things with him that you wouldn't do? Question mark? I know she's a D. Maybe she would. Like, I don't know. You remember what Yoru did. We all remember what Yoru did. And the fact that that could be referring to like 3 separate instances in part 2 is kind of crazy. Like, usually whenever I do something like that, when I do a bit like that, I'm like, you know what they did. It's like, oh, that very one specific incident. Yoru has a lot of specific incidents. A lot. And I'm talking Yoru alone. Like, Asa not even involved in the equation. Asa, I'd make it even more. But let's see. Turn back! But I don't blame Yoru for us being like, why did you manifest in this form? How did that happen? Did you, like, pull the starter halfway? Did you get confused? Like, how did that work? Let's see. Rah! Me too, Denji. Me too. I guess I too would also hit the rah! But interesting. I guess he's just Chain Man? Because he is just, yeah, like, I actually agree with your chains. So, like, well, actually, I think we've seen Pochita do it before, too. We've seen him just send out the chains and, like, wrap people up in them. But I don't know, it feels so strange seeing Denji do it. Right. Chains. Oh, she does weave, though. Immaculate weave. Bzz. Oh? Is he gonna, like, collapse all 4 buildings on her? Or all 5 buildings? We only see 4 buildings get hit here, but he has like 5 chains leading out of him here. Oh wait, no. It may just be 4 chains. Because this just seems part of the environment here. It matches the tech. Maybe this is a 5th chain, or maybe this is just the 4. But he sends out 4 chains. That's the attack you learned in high school? You're an unworthy opponent, Denji. You have access to Asa's memories. You are literally a manifestation. Why do you mean you think he learned this in high school? I mean, like, though, I don't blame her. Yoru is a very face value kind of character in terms of interpretation, what she's told. So then he did say, with my high school education, which is funny. Because doesn't the man barely have any high school education? Has he been, like, I think at most he's been in high school for like a year. And even then, he was hustling the entire time. So I feel like he barely learned anything. But, would that be the case? I find it funny that yours like, this is it? Like, the way Asa was hyping up high school in the memories, like, I thought it was gonna be more. You're unworthy. But, like, Yoru, I guess the main issue is, even if that is the case, what are you going to do about it? Like, I'm not sure you could force him to turn into the Chainsaw Man you want him to. I don't think... there's a joke I was about to make, but we're not going to. for the sake of me and my sake, we're not going to make that joke. But, very specifically, are you going to pull his starter again to maybe amp him up a bit more? Like, I have no idea what you think the move is here. Let's see. You're an unworthy opponent, Denji! But it's interesting, though. I guess she considers Pochita a worthy opponent, even though he lost. But I guess, she has the lore with him. She doesn't really have that with Denji. Let's see. You're an unworthy opponent, Denji! Return your body to Chainsaw Man! Or suffer the consequences. But like, that's what you want. This happens so often in like narratives where they're like, do what I say, or you're going to boom him regardless. Like, what? Well, like, if anything, maybe that's the pettiness of me speaking, but I'm going down with the ship, gosh darn. I'm not giving you nothing. You're like, tell us what you know, or we'll boom you. And I'll sit there and look at you and be like, you're going to boom me regardless, aren't you? Well, yeah, but... Oh, okay. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. But of course, let's see what Denji does. Or suffer the consequences. What? Oh. I thought he was going to, like, drag all the buildings at once. No, he grabs just a random D head. Okay, let's see. Wait, why? But Yoru, why are you actually concerned? Well... Maybe she's worried about, like, him eating it, but Yoru, well, you know what, though? I'll give her credit. She did apologize, actually. Last chapter, she did apologize to her comrades when she saw the results of the Bumble Nuclear punch on them. She just didn't care and was actually happy that the humans were going through it. So actually, I guess it is in character for Yoru at this point to be like a little bit like, no, my friends, my ally, which I do also think is a fantastic example of like the weird, like it's half character development, half being possessed by a human being, or like half being part human being, right? The idea of like, oh, I feel this certain type of way only because of the circumstance she specifically put in. Very much akin to, is that spoilers? It's not animated yet. It's kind of spoiled. But like, another very popular New Gen series has a similar case with an antagonist that was alongside a kind human character. Where they're like, oh, I've been affected. But notably, Asa, or Yoru specifically, seems to fight against any ideas that Asa has any influence over her. Meanwhile, the other character, after realizing the character had influence over them, was like, huh, yeah, you know, I guess it is their fault. like that character goes on to rationalize it. Yeah, actually, I guess that makes sense. They kind of have jacked me up. Let's see. Hey, I heard you made a bunch of great friends, Yoru. Are you gonna eat them? Like, wouldn't that be counterintuitive, though? Like, if you eat them, would she then remember that they were a friend? I mean, she remembered little D was her sister after she was consumed, so, like, maybe. That's gotta be, like, I don't know. My memory sucks, just in general. You couldn't tell by a review manga. But, like, if someone were to just be flat out erased from my mind, like, what would happen? I guess if I ever reflected on certain things, I'd be like, man, then what was I doing? Yeah, I think I'd still notice. It'd be weird. It'd be weird if like someone were to just spontaneously disappear from my memories, because like unless it's like a, but I literally just watched a video, but like unless it's like a Book of the End Bleach Tsukishima style ability where like the person gets erased and then like replaced, or the person gets released and then the rest of my memory gets altered to fix it, so like I don't even think about it too much, then that'd be one thing. But like if you were to just pluck someone from my memories, I would, like Yoru, probably be like, I remember something that cannot be explained by nothing. So what happened? I think that's probably how my brain would go. Let's see. I heard you made a bunch of great friends, Yoru. I mean, there's no way this man is stealing this strat, bro. You know what, though? You know what? I was about to clown on it, because you know where he got this strat from? He literally ripped it straight from Fix-O-Man. Fix-O-Man did the same thing, but I guess now this will be the question of like, this will be the test for Yoru's character development, I suppose. And is this meant to be? Yeah, he literally says it. I made me some swanky armor. Like Yoru. Dog. It is literally the exact same thing Fix-O-Man did. Except Fix-O-Man at least absorbed them into his biomass, so it was like a little bit more difficult. Denji, what stops her from blowing your dome off and freeing them, if she cares that much? That's like the real question. Will she care that much? Like, maybe. Like, I can maybe see. Once again, the character development could go crazy. I actually don't know. Still. I don't, I'm not even saying like he resorted to, this is just like a smart move. He doesn't care about the D's. It doesn't matter to him. But now that he knows that Yoru cares about the D's, he's like, oh well, I can use this. I might as well use it. It's like even though he's stealing tech from a lesser version of himself, or someone who's attempting to be a version of him, it didn't really matter. He's like, well, they had the right idea. They respect, and I give credit to that. It's the idea of like, you see someone do something, you're like, huh, never thought about it that way. I might as well do it myself. Like, you just adapt on the fly and you take it. And this is Denji stealing tech, and I respect it. Let's see. You're using my friends as a shield? Is that really actually going to, is this actually going to work? There's no, I mean, character development of Doom and Despair, dog. This is actually, this works. This was the same thing. Character development. Let's see. You're using my friends as a shield? Oh, not my more. It's savage. It's vicious. It's wrong in many ways, right? You utilizing someone's own friends as a meat shield against them. But funnily enough, you want to know the crazy thing? This, speaking of how this unironically feeds Yoru's character development as like, oh, you can see that her bonds, while they've given her strength in some ways, they have weakened her in terms of like her ruthlessness and what that could mean. Especially considering, like, remember, these things can't perish, like they'll be in eternal pain. But whatever, then she's down for that. She's into that. So like, really, it shouldn't be no problem for her. But this also feeds into Denji's character development. If you'll remember, there was a good chunk of part 2, like I'd say like 10, 20 chapters ago, where it was like a hot debate, like in the fandom and even in the manga, like what side was Denji going to choose? Was he going to side with humanity, or was he going to side with the D's? And very specifically, this choice right here, using the lives of others and their safety as a shield in order to allow for attacks. And another thing, it actually is crazy that he knew where they were. Like, did he see them? Like, how did he sense their location? Because, like, he just randomly reached into certain areas and managed to grab all of them. But it actually, now I think about it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so yeah, never mind. This actually was a chain. This right here, this was a chain. So we only see 4 get launched out. But this actually was a 5th chain that was sent out from his body. It isn't just, like, grass or debris or anything like that. But that being the case, this choice... it fits into that dichotomy, and it shows why Denji is like the balance. He truly is a hybrid in that sense, because he's using what would typically be a human battle tactic against the D, except it is a very D-ish battle. Like, he's using his human mind to formulate a D-ish tactic in terms of like taking, like doing the evil thing of taking the big bads or taking someone's deeply cared for friends and merging them onto himself in order to use them as a shield against the person he's attacking. Like, that technically does fit into his character development as well, and his actualization of like, oh, I just choose what I want when it's convenient for me in the context. And in this context, I mean, I can't say it's not working. Look, it doesn't seem interested. Let's see. You attack me now? No way! Darn, you brute! Yoru, how many people were sacrificed for that one bomb nuclear bunch? Was it like an entire state? Did you sack like millions of Yoru? He's the brute. He's the brute. Well, she's a D, he's a human. But like, still, he's the brute. Let's say, you brute. Oh. Okay. So yeah, she legit didn't attack. Alright, and Denji he pieces her. Obviously it doesn't matter though, because that whole special state on the west coast of a certain nation still exists. So she comes back from it just fine. But wow. That actually worked. That's kind of insane. I mean, I respect the hustle. I respect the motive. And you know what? I like how it builds on last chapter, right? Like, everyone went into the whole idea of, like, oh, peace beating war, the scissors, how it plays the rock, paper, scissors, Yoru's perception. But this is also a further evolution of Yoru Denji actually using Yoru's character development and character actualization against her. Being like, oh, she now cares about bonds and friends in a way she never did before. Let me use her bonds and friends to get free hits. And just as he noticed, oh, Yoru needs to perceive herself as winning in something in order to take claim and ownership of it. Let me beat her in a silly little game even after she wins in order to make sure that I do not get turned into a weapon. He's using that same tactic of like, oh, BT dubs, I'm paying way more attention than you think, and I'm actually rather emotionally intelligent. So I can read you. And he read it right. Free hits. Let's see. Fine! Then all I have to do is blast off your head! Bang! Was he gonna pull out another D from nowhere? Like, what's he gonna do about this? Like, that's technically the point. I mean, body block of doom. Might as well. Might as well. Body block. Let's see. Oh, wait, no, I think this is the... Let's see. More eel. Oh, and he's just gonna heal it? I'm guessing he's probably just gonna heal it. He pulls a starter. Okay, so I'm guessing he pulls a starter to heal. Alright, that's it. Up to this point, I was having fun. I played by the rules. Where's the button? Where's the button? You ganked him! You ganked him! like, obviously it wasn't effective. But I don't know, man. I think once you jump somebody with how many Ds? Just how many, like, imagine, I mean, obviously it's Yoru, but like, imagine if someone jumped you with like 50 people. And then they were like, and then after you, like, I don't know, up stick and annihilate all of them, they're like, what are you doing? I was fighting for you. Jumped me. You jumped me with your nonsense rules. What do you mean you fought fair? What rule? Let's see. Might as well. Our rules are the rules. Let's see. I played by the rules. I fought you fair and square from head on, but you crossed the line. How many millions of people did you sacrifice, Yoru? You threw and I do mean at least 2 states at the man. Michigan got off screened. Oregon's gone. So are its people. What do you mean, Yoru? What are you? Well, actually, was it Michigan's people were good? Like, I think it's the state, and then the people, and then Oregon, just the landmass. So like, you threw multiple states on this man. The ratio of who's fighting, it is a 2v multi-million, Yoru. Fought fair. Well, I guess, like, she's technically right in the sense that she used her powers as a deed to contract people and stuff like that. Like, I guess that does legally. But, like, even then, she did cheat by, like, not conferring with any of the people of the state she just took from. At least for the, well, I say at least, but for the people of that nation on the west coast of the country I will not name, their leader was at least bargained with. I don't think Yoru went from state to state to state to state to state setting up alliances. I just think she said, oh, I think I own them, and then turned them into straight energy. Or ate their landmass and lost it. Let's see. You'll pay for that. Playtime's over, Denji. But, like, how you gonna damage him, though? I get, like, there are more headline, right? He could probably just get more. He probably cover his whole body except for his eyeballs in D's. Like, what are you gonna do then, Yoru? This is, I actually do like this panel. The Yoru, like, literally stitching herself back together. Like, her body literally, like, reaching and reconnecting itself. Very, very cool visual. Let's see. Playtime's over, Denji. Oh, alright. Hey, I get it. I've watched pals get hurt and die, too. You know, I know how you feel. Wait, hold on. Let me see. I get it. I watch pals get hurt and die, too. I know how you feel way too well. As you become increasingly alone, your heart aches. Oh, wait. Wait. Hold on. I mean, like, Denji, once again, I mentioned this already, but Denji is, like, actually a very emotionally intelligent character with dumb, stupid, high battle IQ. Like, it's kind of crazy. But in terms of that, it's weird yet appropriately timed and poignant for Denji to drop, like, such a poetic bar. As you become increasingly alone, your heart aches, doesn't it? It's that idea of that human want to, and that's also the narrative I mentioned earlier of, like, what side was Denji going to pick, human or Ki side. Yoru was kind of in that weird path where, like, she was walking down a path of humanity, yet walking down a path natural to her nature as a D. But very specifically, the feeling that Denji's referring to is, like, that human necessity for connection. And I do say necessity, no matter what, right? Oh, interesting. She the chainsaw is petting one of the Ds right now. But with that, what I mean is humans are social creatures. We're literally hardwired this way. The worst punishment you could ever give any living individual is to lock them in a room forever. Capital punishment, not that effective. It's a release. It's wraps. Lock them in a box. You lock them in a box. Like, that's the way to do it, because humans are so reliant on stimulus, specifically stimulus from other humans. It's just like how we are literally pre-made. And in the case of Yoru, now that she's been infected by that humanity, she's able to reach the same point of reason that Denji reached. And experience the same things that Denji feels. And presumably also Asa felt, right? The loneliness after losing her mother, the inability to connect with people. Her heart likely never stopped aching. And in this case in particular, it may be the same for Yoru. But let's see. Huh? Oh. Oh! 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 Wait! Wait, hold on. I need to take a sip. Hold on. He's eating. I'm slurping. Wait! I mean, yo. You know what, though? Funny enough, no other way is that man Denji-esque, but I have a specific friend who does something like you will be in the middle of hanging out with that guy. He will drop one of the most fundamental, coolest, coldest, appropriately timed, or occasionally inappropriately timed, bar of like an idea or a philosophy or a belief, and then he will like devour half of his burger in 2 bites. It is though. I specifically remember when he said something along the lines of, I forget the exact quote, but it was like, life is not defined by its end nor its journey, but a balance between the two. I don't even remember the rest of the context of that conversation. I just remember that. And then I remember him picking up the cheeseburger, the double cheeseburger, mind you, going, and it was half gone. I don't know if he stole that from somewhere. I don't know if he just came with that on the spot. Regardless, it reminds me of that. This reminds me of that, because, like, that is a crazy bar to drop. And he's just eating more. So he wasn't, okay, so I read that wrong. Here, he's reaching not to pet Moray, but to grab it and then just chomp it, bro. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's see. Sweating. But, like, once again, that actually is interesting. Like, how is this going to work? Like, is Yoru just gonna forget? It's like she forgot little D. Let's see. Like, Denji, isn't that getting rid of the armor? Dog, is this what you want? Let's see. Tasty! Colonel! My booty cheeks keep alerting the guards. That is my horrific solid snake impression. But like, Denji, why would you eat him? Why? I mean, like, that's less armor. I don't... Denji, I feel like you're losing the plot already. You were kind of cooking. Let's see. Bang! Oh, well, oh. I like how she could just up this, but, like, she hits this. Okay. Bang! Did Yoru just get perception blitzed? Oh, but you know what, though? That is very interesting. You see her fire off the attack. She whiffs entirely, seemingly enough. She has both the mobile buildings. But you can literally see her eyes, like, start to roll back into her head. Like that's gotta be so weird. Like, especially for recent stuff. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, I don't know, I think my brain would just break a little bit. Like, I can't imagine actively thinking of somebody, looking at somebody, and then they are spontaneously erased. like they're just gone. All memory of them, everything is, like, just deleted in that. I'd be so confused. Even if I was in, like, a group of people and one of them randomly just got erased from existence, I think I would still be like, what? What? And you can see Yoru's, like, her brain is literally breaking, like, what just happened? Let's see. Where did you flee to? Fight me! But I thought you said he wasn't worthy. What happened, Yoru? What happened? Now you want smoke? Because you nibbled on some moray eel? I actually haven't had eel before, but I've heard it's delicious. Let's see. Okay, Denji. Ah, okay. Well, that's smart. That's smart. I mean, that's a way too pressure, right? Give back Asa's body, or I'll eat all your buddies one by one. Yum yum. I mean, touche. That is a good, like. Especially this unironically, in a way, does kind of kill 3 birds with 1 stone. It's like a triple ricochet, because one, Yoru's or Denji's not in a form that Yoru actually wants. She would want Pochita Black to come out so she could have the strongest ultra mega chainsaw weapon. So that he's good as long as he stays in that form. 2, and also, you know, he has the stats clearly enough to at least somewhat react and keep up with Yoru. 2, he is in a position where Yoru can't exactly boom him without 1, harming your friends, and or 2, you know, not having access to the chainsaw weapon she's been looking for all this time. So that's also good. And 3, this is actually, like, a liable threat that she can complete and will just continue to happen. It does raise the question of what happens when he runs out of buddies to eat. But, like, at that same point, I'm assuming he's essentially gambling on Yoru's new humanity to be like, she's gonna stop eventually. Right? Like, I'm gonna get down, like, the last 3. She's gonna be like, wait, please throw them up. Let's see. Yoru, what are you doing? Yoru, what are you doing? Yoru, I'm scared. Yoru, I'm scared. Yoru, what are you doing? Yoru, what are you doing? What is this? Woo! No, 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 no. Is she... Okay, maybe it's just a flag. Maybe it's just a flag. Something's probably sealed inside them. I was about to say, for a moment there, I thought she was going to throw them. And you take them. Funnily enough, one weird minor complaint I have about Infinity War. I love Infinity War. It's one of my favorite MCU movies. It's probably like in my top 3. Occasionally, if you ask me on the right day, it's my top 1. My one complaint: the trailers got me really excited for Thanos literally throwing Titan's moon at Titan. Didn't happen. It was just little rocks. I wish he threw the entire moon. And I was scared that Yoru was about to do that. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Upscale is upscale. I'm not gonna knock no upscale, you know. Upscale as much as you want. So, man, but what is she doing? Like, I'm assuming she's just unlocking something in the moon. I hope. It was she. I mean, like, at the same time, she throws the moon and Denji reacts to it. Still gonna be my glorious King Sinbad. But, like, regardless, I'm down with it. But okay. 14-page chapter, but W chapter. I'm actually very shocked. Once again, this is a chapter that is a nice culmination of both of their character arcs, in a way. Like, seeing Yoru actually care. Like, I thought it was a bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. As much as I was like, oh, Yoru's had character development, she's changed, her mentality has changed a whole lot. She may actually, you know, like, care for the I was in the back of my mind, I was like, it's a bit. Like, she doesn't actually care. Like, she literally did annihilate all of them just 2 chapters ago with Le Bon Nuclear Punch, and she's like, oh, sorry, and then she just kept pushing. But no, we're actually fully building. We're not abandoning any of Yoru's character development. We're just recontextualizing it. Denji, who's been there and watched it happen, is like, oh, I can use your friends as hostages. Because you actually care about having them as friends. I can use them as a shield. I can use them to make you do what I want. And that's really, really good for Yoru as a character. Her humanity has developed to the point where she truly, genuinely does care about her homies. Very impressive stuff. So, good work on that. Denji, as a character, once again, not only just drops a crazy bar, which I do love as a culmination of, you know, all of his character journey and a fantastic display of his emotional intelligence, but also, I do like that this still feels distinctly Denji, right? The idea of, and specifically develop Denji. I don't think a start of series or even end of part 1 Denji would have thought of this idea of like, oh, well, since he clearly actually does have emotional connection to these things, and I have a way to still deal with them, even with the concept of Lil D being gone, I might as well use that. Not just for defense, but for offense. I'll still use them as shields so she can't attack massive chunks of the body. But at the same time, I will pressure her into doing exactly what I want by threatening to devour them all, which she clearly cares about. And clearly, also, you know, just devouring her friends is having a direct impact on her mind and her sanctity. So, Denji being this fantastic multi-stage planner, taking advantage of all these scenarios that he specifically built, using the fact that he's a very emotionally intelligent character with high battle IQ, fantastic work. It's just cooking. And of course, you know, the end teaser of her possibly throwing the moon, or at least unleashing something in the moon, right? Like there may be something buried under the flag of that nation which shall not be named. Like, regardless, overall, just the W chat, I really, really like it. Fujimoto, I know a lot of people are feeling certain types of ways about part 2, and I do get a lot of the complaints, and I'm not even like saying, oh, well, no, they're not valid. I'm not going to say that. Like, some of the complaints I see were valid, or even if I disagree with them, I was like, I can see how someone would have those kinds of complaints. In this case, I think he's kind of just been cooking. Like, this last couple stretches happened, it's just been banger after banger after banger after banger after banger on the character writing front, on the art front, on the dynamic front. Like, it's just good. Just good. Really, really good. Top of the line Fujimoto writing. But if you don't in this video, please leave. And you take the moon. Like, that's it. I forget what is that from? And you take the moon. And you take the moon. And you take the... Is that from Chowder? I think it's from Chowder. I think. But leave... And you take the moon. 5 words. And you take the moon in the comment section down below. And thank you so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that little notification bell so you do not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, you're going to have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1 a month to get things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You can also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks include the live reactions to other series I happen to review, ad variations of all my videos, early ad-free access to all my videos, early ad-free original full-scale access to all my videos, because if you notice, the Chainsaw Man review is looking a little bit funky, and it's because Chainsaw Man did get the channel nearly boomed, so I do flip them, and I'll like shrink it a little bit so you don't see the full page, you don't see everything's not in order and stuff like that. So if you want fully unedited versions of the reviews, those are up for Patreon members exclusively ad-free. And on top of that, you also get access to all early ad-free access to all the videos on the second channel that got the reaction, and any other hypothetical future channels that may or may not be cooking right now. I don't know what I could be talking about there, but like, essentially early ad-free access to literally every single video I create. Patrons and members get access to that. And on top of that, you get your name listed at the end of literally every single video I produce on this channel, on the second channel, on any other channels I happen to produce, you know. But like, you get your name listed. And if you are a $3 member or higher, you get your name listed and read aloud at the end of every single video I produce. And on top of that, if you ever want to chat with your boy live about the chapters of the week, about anything, you want to ask any questions live, I do stream every single Friday at 8 p.m. EST over on That Guy with the Controller, link in the description down below. And on top of that, if you want to drop 5 beans for a short video or 25 beans for a long video, for the one time, my Ko-Fi is in the description down below. But now I want to thank you so much for watching. Once again, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Glacier XZ, Zera, Brandon Payne, J2MA, Guilmi, Pura Ura, Enzo, Swift Strike, Super Flame Zero, Yuki Ally, Striker Man, Grim, Ollie, The Boy, Corey Watson, Damon Brown, Magic, CCC, Romano Furen, Dino, Heath Nelson, Hector Gonzalez, Black Sage, Tim Thomas, Kaving, Julian Perez, Akolade Babatunde, Union I, RXN, Nevis97, Logan Guzman, Dead Meme, Karudir, Reyna, Christian Carter, Jagoda, Keon Stewart, Donovan McIntosh, Sino King, Hamza Idrisi, BNA DNA, Edwin Igmignoba, Cyan, Straw, Cybersage 12, Athen Shear, Antavius Mitchell, Plant Crone, Azo2404, Create Panem, Zapro, Weary Exile, Karina Hernandez, Sheesh King, Window Life, and Alex Kenny. Then, let me thank you to Art Line Art Tier patrons: A+A, Kevin Encarnacion, Sean, Dread Zoen, Midnight Lord 21, and Wind Draco. Then, let me thank you to our Ink Tier members: King RTX and Shrimpo the 4th Shrimp 06. Then, let me thank you to our Digital Art Tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. Then, let me thank you to our Colored Art Tier patrons: Walkie Munoz and Walkie Munoz.